Hey there, it's Sarah from Accessorize This Designs, and I just wanted to take a minute to show you how to do the eyes for Guy the Lumberjack Moose. This pattern's used in a few of my other designs as well. What I've done here to start is I've done the first 2 rounds of the pattern, and then we're going to continue on with the round 3. So we're going to do 1 single crochet, and then 2 in the next stitch, and then 1 single crochet, 2 in the next stitch, 1 single crochet, and 2 in the next stitch. Now what we're going to be changing to white, so on the last pull through of the black, that's where I'm going to change my color. So I've got the white here, so I'm going to pull that through. Alright, so now what you can do is you can cut the black and leave a tail, because when you're sewing the top part of the eye, you're going to want to use black, and when you sew the bottom part of the eye, you're going to want to use the white. It just hides the sewing a little bit better. And so for the second half of round 3, we're going to single crochet, and then 2 in the next stitch, single crochet, 2 in the next stitch, single crochet, 2 in the next stitch. Okay, so this is where round 3 ends, and then we do a few more stitches with the white here before we end it off. So this is the beginning of round 4. We're going to single crochet, so you just keep working in continuous rounds, and then so single crochet, and then we're going to slip stitch in the last one here. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut my yarn and leave a bit of a tail. Sorry, you can see that. And I'm going to cut the black yarn now too. Leave a tail long enough for sewing. Alright, so here's how I do this. So after I've done my slip stitch, I cut my yarn and pull the tail out the top, and then I weave the tail back down where I did the slip stitch. So I pull that down, and then this is when I like to create the gleam in the eye. I don't usually use a needle for it because I've already got my hook right here. So what I do is, this is the stitch here that we did our last slip stitch into. So the next stitch, I'm going to insert the hook into the stitch, and I'm going to grab this white tail here and pull it up. And then I'm going to skip over this stitch altogether. So it's hard to see with the black, but normally you would go down here, but you want to go to the next one. So I'm going to stick my hook up from the bottom. So you can see there where we're going up through this stitch and then skipping one and down through the next stitch. Pull it down. And then I'm going to repeat that again through the same set of holes just to add a bit of definition to it. Up. And then we're going to go back down. Alright, and then the next part is you want to add the eye color. So to do this, and I've got a nice turquoise color here to make it easier to see. So I'm going to insert my hook in here. This is where we first added the white at midway through round 3. So this is how I'm going to bring up this piece of blue yarn. So bring it up here. Okay, and then hold on to the end there. And then you're going to surface crochet. Now if you've never surface crocheted before, it's pretty much just slip stitching, except you're going through the fabric instead of through the regular part of the stitch. So I'm going through the base of these white stitches, and what I'm doing on the other side is I'm picking up a piece of the blue yarn and pulling that through, and then I am pulling it under the loop. I'm going to pull that a little bit so that it's nice and tight. And then I'm going to go in the base of these white stitches again. I've got my yarn on the other side, and I'm going to pull up another loop Then I'm going to pull that loop under the one that's already on the hook. Then I'm going to do the same thing in the next stitch. You're just going to continue on here, go a little bit faster. Go through, pull it a little bit so that they're uniform. And here. Okay, and then I end in this same one. This is where the last slip stitch went of white. And here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut my yarn. I don't really need much of a tail because we don't need this color to sew anything to. Then I'm going to pull this up, pull it out, and then I'm going to reach my hook back up through that stitch and pull the tail down to give it a nice clean look. And there you are. There's your eye. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Have a good night. Bye.